Now that Gypsy Rose has announced that she is splitting up from her husband, I see that some people are already online throwing her a pity party, saying that they're so sorry that this relationship didn't work out. And you know what? I think it's blowing over these people's heads that this guy was very obviously manipulated by Gypsy Rose. If you ask me, it looks like this dude, no matter how creepy he is, yes, he's a creepo, but it looks like this dude fell victim to Gypsy's little delusional plans. Just like when she killed her mom or had someone else kill her mom, and she had this vision in her head of her running off into the sunset with her prince, her knight in shining armor that was kind of blood splattered, with her mother's blood, but she had this delusional idea of getting away with it and living this fairy tale life. And it's clear to me that she had these same, maybe not the same, but she had delusions of grandeur. When she was getting out of prison, she had everything planned out in her head. Don't think for 1 second that she didn't. And Ryan, he was just convenient. He was conveniently part of the plan. And I don't think it's a coincidence that he just so happened to be from Louisiana, where her family was living. He just so happened to not live far from her family. If you ask me, Ryan was never really Gypsy's husband in her mind. Ryan was a ride home from prison. You get fresh out of prison after these 8 years. You don't want to go directly to your daddy's house. You don't want to go directly to your family's house. You want to have a little fun, do some things, you know what I mean? So Ryan was just a useful tool for a couple of months. He probably kept money on her books, had her honey buns and her cups of noodles ready, She was thinking that she was going to get out of prison. She was immediately going to go to a Kansas City Chiefs game where she was going to meet Taylor Swift, and then her and Ryan were going to become a power couple alongside Taylor Swift and the Kansas City Chiefs tight end, Travis Kelce. She had this crazy plan in her mind, and she was going to get out. She was going to be a social media influencer. She was going to have this reality show with Ryan. But then, at the drop of a dime, as soon as social media turns on her, Ryan gets kicked to the curb. And obviously her original plan, it didn't pan out, so Ryan gets kicked to the curb. He has served his purpose. And even though I think maybe it's best for Gypsy to not be married to some random person right now, I do think that maybe she needs to find out what life even is. At the same time, she has this habit of using people. And everyone views Gypsy as the victim in these situations, but she is very manipulative. And I'm telling you right now, if she ever has a child, I am scared to death for that child. And I am scared to death for anyone that comes into her life. Because as weird and as creepy as Ryan comes off, he was there for her. It looked like he kind of cared about her or something. But he was just a stepping stool. He was just, like I said, a useful tool at the time. I don't think that Gypsy just realized that, she doesn't want to be with Ryan. Once all of her delusional plans kind of didn't work out, and she says that she deleted her social media because she was tired of the backlash, and the internet turned on her. But then it's also being stated that she had to delete social media because of her parole officer. So what really happened here, or what it looks like, is that her parole officer basically shut this whole dream down. Like, you're not going to get out here and be this online celebrity that's getting in all of this drama and doing all of this nonsense, because for all of that, you can go take your happy ass back to jail. Which, you know, someone like Gypsy Rose, while on parole trying to live in the spotlight, she already has a lot of negative attention and she's known for doing something negative. It's only a matter of time before something bad happens and she gets in trouble. Even if it's something like, you know, someone trolling her or saying something to her in public and her getting into an altercation. It's a recipe for disaster. She was in no way, shape, or form keeping a low profile. So I understand where the parole officer is coming from and not wanting her out here, you know, doing what she was doing. But yeah, it looks like Ryan is yet another victim. Yet another dude that has been used by this woman. And right now, everyone's going to look at it like, oh, woe is me. Gypsy's the hero here. Oh, Gypsy's the victim here. And, you know, and all of that. But in reality, I kind of, sort of, just a little part of me kind of feels bad for Ryan. Because I really think that in that dude's mind, he thought him and Gypsy were going to be together forever. He would do anything, you know, for her and all of that stuff. But I bet you, I would bet my last dollar, my last red cent, that Gypsy's already talking to other dudes, already probably coming up with other plans, filling up some other dude's head with all of these delusions and these hopes and dreams, and probably promising another dude that they'll get a, you know, a reality show of their own and all of this stuff, because that's what Gypsy does. She manipulates people. But as I said in one of my last videos, part of me is also skeptical about all of this. Because Gypsy, like I said, she knows what she's doing here. So for all we know, this could be her stirring up some drama to keep people invested in her story, because the internet kind of turned on Gypsy Rose and then they kind of moved on. But now people are getting roped back in. So we'll see how all of this plays out. I don't think we've heard the last of from Ryan. But for now, let me hear from you all down in the comments below. While you're down there, if you would like to donate to the channel, you can do so via Super Thanks or via CashApp. Or you can help the channel in many other ways by liking, subscribing, sharing the video. And let me just say thank you to everyone who has donated to the channel. It means a lot, especially in times like this when, you know, this platform is screwing me over. I'll talk more about that in the future though. But for now, I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.